Hey guys, what's up? So last week I posted a vlog about the new Lime e-bike bike sharing system that was dropped into my home city here in Calgary. And the reaction to that was interesting. It seemed to me there's a lot of confusion about e-bikes, and I get it because there's been a ton of change in the e-bike world in the last 4 or 5 years, and in a lot of cases the law has not kept up to that change. The technology is much different now than it used to be. So I thought today I would just walk through some of those changes and let's try to define what an e-bike is these days compared to what it used to be or what maybe we think it is. Let's just get this out of the way. This is not an e-bike. This is not an e-bike. An e-bike is not a motorcycle. An e-bike is not a moped. An e-bike is probably not even the same as what you might think of once were electric bikes. When we talk about e-bikes these days, what we're usually talking about is what they call a pedelec. A pedal electric, a pedelec. A pedal electric bike, also I like to call them pedal assist bikes. So what it means is, yes, pedelecs have a battery, yes, they have a motor, but the purpose of them is to offer an assist to your pedal. So put a little pressure on those pedals, the motor kicks in and gives you a little assistance. So it really just kind of takes the edge off those really tough pedaling moments. So when you're starting from a dead stop or you're going up a hill, you really feel that pedal assist kick in and you just zip up the top without too much trouble. And they're really a lot of fun. If you haven't tried one, get out and try them. And even better is watching somebody else try them for the first time, because their face, it's a look of delight, let's face it. They're a lot of fun. The sales of e-bikes have exploded, especially in Europe and Asia over the last 4 or 5 years, and we're finally starting to see them take off here in North America. And because there's that confusion these days, they are sort of controversial. In some jurisdictions, they've been banned. In some places, they've been banned out of bike lanes. So we really have to figure this stuff out. Why do we like e-bikes? Well, e-bikes are great for a lot of things. You know, as you get older and you lose a step, an e-bike can help you keep your pace up. I've seen couples tell me that they love an e-bike because one of them is a committed cyclist and one of them is not, and they can ride together. If you have a really long commute, an e-bike can help. It just makes things a little bit easier. In North American cities with those long commutes, the difference between someone riding a bike to work and not riding a bike can be that e-bike. So the choice is not pedal bike or e-bike. It's often a car or an e-bike, if that makes any sense. So yeah, there's a lot to love about them. I really like to see more of them, and they're going to keep coming. I really believe we need to accommodate them. But because they've been so popular, we've seen a whole bunch of diversity come on the market now. The original sort of pedal assist just had one level of pedal assist, so it would just give you a little boost. Now a lot of the bikes have different levels. You know, you start at a minimum pedal assist, you can go up 4 or 5 levels to a maximum pedal assist, depending on how much help you want. And some of them these days even have throttles, which I find a little problematic. So most of them cut out at around 30 kilometers an hour, and that seems pretty reasonable, but it can pose some problems, I think, when you're riding a big heavy e-bike with a big heavy battery on it, and you're and you're going along there at 30 kilometers an hour in a bike lane filled with people going 20 kilometers an hour. I could see why that could make some people nervous. That also means, because this is happening, I think the solution is not to ban e-bikes or not to treat them like what's happening here in Alberta, treat them like motorcycles, because they're clearly very different and the risks among them are very different as well. I think what we need to do is take a look at some of the laws. The laws have not kept up to the technology right now. And the best law I've seen is in California. Here's the gist of it. They classify bikes based on their speed and their type of motor and the type of pedal assist that happens, and the maximum speed they're allowed. And the classification restricts where it can go. So super fast bikes, e-bikes, are not allowed in some slower bike lanes. So basically what it comes down to is the type of bike depends on where you can take it. It seems like a pretty smart law. It's very thoughtful, finds that balance between encouraging people to ride, encouraging those who want to use e-bikes to be able to use them, but also maintaining that safety and making it a nice, calm, safe environment. Anyway, that was a really quick explanation of what an e-bike, a modern e-bike or a modern pedelec is. I hope that clears things up a bit. Anyway, hope that helped. I hope this sparked some conversation in your jurisdiction as well. See you next time. Thanks.